Thank you guys for watching the Animal One Guy YouTube videos. If you like this video, please leave a like and even comment below. And if you like all my content, please hit the subscribe button. And why not click the bell icon for notifications too? That way you can see all my videos. Give me the ball. Hey there, reptile rescue family. Hopefully you've seen the YouTube short, and I was feeding this rescue baby robin who has decided to poop everywhere. But don't worry guys, if you have a bird, you know when they're babies, they poop like crazy. It's all normal, it's healthy, it means they're digesting. I'm going to go over the story of how I got this guy, and then go over the how I take care of him, and how I feed him. And you're going to see that, and there'll be a little gross part where I got to gut some bugs, but don't worry, I'll let you know that that's happening. So if you want to be able to skip it, you can skip it. This little dude's full of energy. This guy is already looking so much better, and this is just day 2 because he can perch himself up. But I found him in my backyard in a 90-degree day, laying on his side, covered in mites, barely breathing, and he looked dead. Now, or she. Now, the interesting thing was I have no trees in my yard. My yard is covered with fences. So, and this guy can't fly yet. How did he get in my middle of my backyard? I don't know. The only thing I thought of is like a prey could have tried to eat him and then dropped him there, but I don't have a clue. Obviously, he had fallen out of the nest or tried to fly, or the nest fell over. And the problem is, he survived that. And that's okay that baby birds who need to be fed by their parents fall out of the nest, or the nest falls. The parents will then typically still bring them food on the ground and feed the baby bird. Okay, no big deal, except they weren't feeding this bird. So I moved the bird into the shade and put a little water dish by him and just left him there. He just laid there, like barely chirping, barely alive. So I'm like, crap, let me try to get this guy back to being alive. So that's what we did. I brought him in, and you know, I had seen him just covered in bird mites, and I'm like, the last thing I need to do is introduce mites into my house with all the reptiles I'm caring for. But this guy's lucky because, you know, he came into a house that cares for reptiles. And when you care for sick reptiles, what do you have? You have mite spray, and although it says kills mites on reptiles, guys, it just kills mites, and it can be used on anything. So I give him 2 baths. You know, I split him about an hour apart with this mite spray. And I have to tell you, before I bathed him, you know, you put him in a box with paper towels. I'm getting everything ready. I have to go get the spray. The paper towel just looked like black polka dots. There were so many mites on it. When I picked up the bird, there were so many mites all over my hand. I felt so bad. So I washed him in the bathroom sink using this mite spray and some warm water under the wings, everything like that. And the mites just poured off of him. And you know, he was under a lot at that time, so I didn't want to bathe him again. Typically you need 2 treatments. But so I picked him up after the bath, and there were just a few specks of mice on my hand. And when I put him in the box, there were just a few specks of mice, and it wasn't that bad. So, you know, I wanted to feed him a little bit, get him a little bit healthier, which is what I did. And then I bathed him one more time, and no mites. Yeah, this guy has no mites anywhere. None on the paper towel, none on my hand. So that's how we got him cleaned up. Now, how do we go about feeding this guy? Well, if you watched my short, you watched me feeding him. Although I'm going to show feeding him again, but I'm going to show you how I make the food now, okay? And this is important. Now, when I put him down, he's going to be next to me, and he's going to be chirping because he's hungry. He likes to eat about every 30 minutes, and I'll get more into that. You stay there. I know, you stay there. No food yet. So, luckily, again, he falls into my yard, which I have mite spray because of my reptiles, and I grow my own dubia roaches, so I have bugs. Now, he can't eat a dubia roach just like this yet. We need to simulate what the mom would do. So even if I had earthworms or stuff like that, it wouldn't do good. So what are the mom and dad going to do? They're going to find all this food, they're going to chew it up, they're going to eat it, then they're going to go put their beak inside his mouth and throw it all up into him. I am not going to chew these up and throw them up into his mouth. What I am going to do is I'm going to rip off the head, Squeeze the butt so all the guts and gook come into here, and then mush that all up and feed it in a syringe. Very simple. Simple process, and is really good for the bird. Okay, now, here's the guts of the dubias. I cut out the ripping the head off and squeezing them, but guys, even if you have reptiles, this is the best way to get syringe food into them, because it's all natural. You do nice and gut-loaded dubias. He's getting very excited. Okay, he couldn't even jump before. So we have this, we're just going to put a little water, and now I'm just going to use the syringe, and I'm going to smash everything up, and then I'm going to mix it up, and I'll show you what it looks like. So after you mush it and you blend it together, you get this solution. And guys, here's a tip. I use a 1 milliliter disposable syringe, but because I need to get some thicker stuff, I cut the tip off. And that gives me a bigger opening when I don't have to work with something smaller. So that's fine, you know. I just used a razor blade, but you can use anything. So I'm going to fill this up with this goop, this delicious goop, and then we're going to feed him. Nice and simple. All right, here's our syringe. It's nice and goopy, and it's okay that we got an organ on there because the little dude will eat it, so it's not a big deal. And what you do is, I'm going to present it to him. He's going to open his mouth. I'm going to insert this, and I'm just going to slowly push it down like we're throwing up into his mouth. All right, here we go. All right, there he goes. He just opens right up. You're very hungry. Just slowly push it in. Simple. Then I refill. We go again. And here we're going to go again. It's nice and it's simple. Oh, sorry. I wasn't ready. There we go. You just want to go slow. They do have their windpipe, their glottis on the bottom of their mouth, like reptiles. You'll see it when their mouth is opened. You want to put this just past it, like the mother would do, and then push this in, because you don't want to force it down their windpipe. And the nice thing about a baby bird this size, guys, is they'll let you know when they're done. When they no longer are chirping for food, or he's no longer opening his mouth, he's nice and full in the minute. You can see him down here. He's nice and chest is all buffed up because, you know, he's full of food. And it's so cute because just like kind of a baby that calms down when you feed him, he just does these little chirps where he's like chirp, 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 because he's super content. I hope to only have him for this weekend. Give him enough strength and energy where he can start bumping and jumping around, and then I can put him outside, and then, you know, he'll be good to go. But he's getting big so fast. He got so lucky to fall into a yard of someone who has mite spray and can get food. I mean, I couldn't just leave him to die. I don't rescue birds, although you will see that last year I rescued robins. The nest had collapsed, the babies. I put the nest back up, put the babies back in the nest, and the parents fed them great. But normally I don't do birds. All right, guys, hopefully you liked this video. Take care, everyone. Thank you guys for supporting my reptile rescue family.